Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Off the Book Stories. We're back for episode 2, and well, let's just get going. So I play the card game Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life, so if you don't know what that is, you can go ahead and look it up. That's a whole other video bothering to explain all that crap. But anyway, so I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And for, like, most card games, there are, like, some events you can go to, like big tournaments and stuff like that, where you go to, sometimes it's like a mall or like a really big store, like a card store or something, or sometimes like other big like stores. But the most common place that they have these tournaments at is at like hotels and stuff, like, you know, Marriott's, bigger places like that that have conference rooms that you can go to, right? So I'm going to one of these events, right? I'm saying this in the past tense, but so I was going to go to one of these events. There's one like right in my hometown. It was like 5 minutes away from my house. So I'm like, all right, this will be fun. This will be cool. And like, you know, like everyone else in the area that, you know, goes to, it's like there are a lot of people there. It's usually like 150 to 200 people. It's pretty big. So it's a pretty cool event. You get to see a lot of people there. It's a fun way to spend a day on your weekend or whatever. But not really, because you're playing card games all day, and by the end of the day you're dead ass tired. But so anyway, it's Sunday morning, right? Like I got my deck, I got all my cards and stuff, so I go to the event. And normally, because like, you know, it's like downtown, they're like downtown where a hotel is. There's the parking there, and you have to like get it validated and stuff. And normally at these events, because like the last few I'd gone to, like I didn't actually drive there myself. Like one of my parents gave me a ride or something. But since I have my license now, I figured, you know, I'll just drive myself. That way I can stay like as long as I want or whatever. So I go to like try and find the parking at the hotel. And, like I know how to get into the parking garage, but then when I get there, it's like, what's going on here? And they're like all these big signs. They've been doing a lot of construction like downtown where I live. So like the streets were already a mess, and like getting there was already a mess. But then like I see the parking lot is closed for the day, and I'm like, are you kidding me? For the day? Like today's the day they decide to do that? Like fuck that. But yeah, so I was pretty pissed about that. So I'm like circling around the building. I'm like going around downtown, all these like confusing ass one-way streets, the stop signs, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Like I'm trying to find another parking lot, but like all the parking lots are closed. Like I don't blame them. It's like Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Like what the hell would people be doing down here? Like there's nothing going on. There's no shows, nothing else besides this stupid card event. And like then I see people like parking in the road, but I'm like too nervous, and like it was already getting close to like the starting time. Like I left with plenty of time, but then because I was circling around the downtown area for like practically half an hour looking for just a frickin' place to park. So in the end, I know there's like a parking lot across from the hotel. So I'm like, whatever, looks like I'm just going to have to park there, right? So I go in, I get my stupid token, and I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'm done. So then I just go into the event. And like I'd been planning to arrive early because like I had a bunch of stuff I had to do. Like I had to get some stuff ready, you know, make my rounds, say hello to everyone before it started. So all that crap happened. And then I finally get there. So I get there, I run in, I do all my stuff, blah, blah, blah. Lots of fun, get signed up for the event, and then I'm ready to go. So the tournament starts or whatever, and I scrubbed out. I played really badly. We lost a lot of games, boys. This isn't the story of a success. This is the story of a failure, of course. But so I fail at the event, lose a lot of games. I end up like playing two of the people that like I see every week at like the card shop I go to. So I'm like, geez, what the hell are the odds of that? Like 200 people there, and like 2 of my 5 games are with people like I already know. Screw that. But anyways, you don't want to do that because you at least want to see like someone from like your local place do really well. Like you don't want to have to like face each other, because then like someone's going to get in, someone won't, or you both scrub out, and it just sucks. So anyways, the day's wearing on. It's like 12 o'clock. It's like 1 o'clock. It's like 2 o'clock. And a stupid thing about the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Now, I don't play any other card games in real life, only online. But for Yu-Gi-Oh events, they don't give you lunch. Like in Pokemon and Magic, like the other 2 really big card games, they give you a lunch break in the middle of the tournament. But Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do that. Like it's really stupid. Like they starve their competitors out. It's like basically if you're by yourself, you just have to pray that like one of your opponents will like pull a no-show on you like later on in the match. Like they like you either both have a really bad record. Like if you have a good record, you might as well forget about eating. Like you better pray that like you finish one of your games up real quick, like you mop the floor with them, that way you can get your Mickey D's real quick. But so anyway, it was looking bad for me though, because and another one of my buddies, like it was me and like 3 dudes there mainly who were like sticking together for the most part. Like I knew other people there, but like our like little group of 4 was sticking together. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like none of us were getting buys at first. So like it's really hungry. It's like 2 o'clock, and I'm like getting a headache from how hungry I am. And I've been playing just like stupid card games all day. and, you know, I've been losing a lot. It's like I'm not in, like, the best of moods. And so then I finish one of my matches, and I see that, like, it's already too late, and, like, I'm not going to have enough time to, like, reasonably go and grab lunch and, like, not be back in time without getting, like, an infraction or whatever, some stupid stuff like that. But then I see my buddy walk in, right? I see my buddy, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then he, like, pulls out, like, these 2 bags from Mickey D's, and, like, he grabbed, like, all this, like, dollar shit for us, and, oh my God, me and my buddies, like, we were crying, we were laughing. There's never been such an example of pure joy and happiness as that moment. Everyone was looking at us. We were, like, giving him a round of applause as he came over to us and, like, handed us, like, freaking quarter pounders and stuff. And, oh my God, happiest moment of my life right there. I looked like a fool. I was eating it like I'd been, like, starving for a month. But that's okay, because that's how it goes when freaking all-day tournaments decide not to give you even, you know, half an hour for lunch. Not that I blame them, because these things will go until, like, 9 o'clock at night. Like, no one wants to be there, but, like, really, like, you can't have, like, food either, like, right there. Sometimes they have food, like, right there, but no such luck this time, unfortunately. So after the famine had been met, eventually, like, my record had been getting bad, and, like, none of my buddies were looking like they were going to do too well, so, like, there wasn't really a reason to, like, stick around and support them, you know what I mean? But, I was pretty done, and I knew that because I couldn't park in the hotel, and I didn't park in the street, which apparently had been free parking, so in retrospect, probably should have done that. But, anyways, so I'm tired. It's like 5 p.m., and I'm done, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to head out. So I say my goodbyes to everyone, and then I head out, and I go back to the garage, and I only have my my debit card on me, so, like, I was expecting just to be able to pay with that, because, you know, most parking garages have, like, a card reader. Like, I got the little coin, you know, I found out you pay for how much you was there. Ridiculous how much parking was. I paid way too much for parking. Fuck parking garages, man. They should be validating all the parking. Like, fuck that. My city's, like, a piece of crap, too, so, like, I don't know where this parking money's going, but, like, it's not going to good use. Like, I'm not going to benefit from paying that parking money. But anyways, what ends up happening is that I go up to the, I noticed there are, like, little, like, automated machines where you can, like, pay off, like, your debt there, and then you bring back the coin, and then when you put the coin in the next time, like, they'll let you out. But I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't have to do that. I'll just, like, drive out, and I will just pay on my way out, like, right at the gate or whatever. But I do that, and no one's working there. And then I go to look at, like, the little, like, reader thing. I'm in my car, by the way, like, right in front of the gate, and it's like, oh, yeah, the credit card reader's broken. You can, like, call for help. But guess what, boys? Call for help button broke. Sorry. And, like, this was not understandable. Have a nice day, because I couldn't drive off. Luckily, though, I was the only car in the garage at the time, except for another guy who's about to come in real quick. And I end up having, so I'm just like, whatever, reverse out of here. I'll just have to go to one of the automatic teller machines. So I start reversing, but I'm doing it kind of hastily, because, like, I'm tired. I'm still hungry. I've got, like, a bit of a headache. I'm, like, pissed that this whole thing didn't work, and I'm going to have to go through all this effort. So I back up, but I wasn't, like, fully looking, so all of a sudden you just hear one of those, you know, spine-tingling screeches of, like, car body on pavement. I'm just like, like, it was just one of those ear-splitting sounds that you just know, like, you don't hear that sound and think that's a good thing. Like, you hear that sound and think, like, oh shit, the end of the world's about to come over. But, so luckily nothing bad happened, but the thing is, like, to get to the exit, it was like there was elevated pavement, so it was like a very thin, narrow area. So I ended up going a little bit up on it, but luckily it wasn't too bad. But it doesn't matter, because the screech was what mattered, because I finally backed all the way up, and there waiting for me are two, I kid you not, two, like, parking lot security cars right there. Like, the whole squad was on me right there. I was like, oh damn, I'm about to get taken in. Well, not really. I was like, this is bullshit. Now I want to be taken in even longer. So I attempt to get out of the car, but the guys are, like, motioning for me to stay in there. I'm like, what the fuck? So they end up getting out of their cars, and they come over, and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, it's going on. And they're like, yeah, what's going on here? Like, why are you backing up? What was that screech? Like, they think, like, I'm purposely trying to, like, ram through the gate or something. Like, the fuck? But, anyways, so, like, I am like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I explained what happened. Like, I thought that their freaking credit card readers would work. Like, where's this money going to if the parking garage itself is, like, falling apart? And then they're like, yeah, oh, you have to go to one of those machines over there. Like, they're explaining it to me like I'm, like, stupid. But I'm like, I understood what I had to do. So I'm like, yeah, thanks, got it, bye. So then they finally leave me alone. And that whole interaction took, like, practically 10 minutes too long. So I pay an obscene amount for parking, which really pissed me off. And then I'm about to head out. But then as I'm heading out, like, it was a really long light to, like, be able to turn out of the garage. And I noticed that one of the parking lot security guys is behind me. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? Like, is he like circling around and going to like the other half of the lot? But like, why would he take the streetway? You know, like it all connect. So I end up leaving, and this dude is trailing me. This man is following me. Like, I was trying to think of like what looks suspicious, but then I realized like I'm like this skinny, creepy looking white dude, and like I got my backpack. It's full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, you know, the worst thing you're going to find there is maybe like an Advil or two. Like, ooh, here comes the drug trade right here, boys. And then like I'm wearing like a hoodie, and I probably looked really weird and tired like when I talked to them. So I probably wasn't looking like my normal, you know, dapper self. No need to brag. But anyway, so this guy ends up following me like way out from the garage. Like, I leave the downtown area, this guy's still trailing me, and like I go into an area of my town which, like, granted isn't the best area, this guy's still following me. Like, we were clearly like 2 miles away from this parking garage, and this man is trailing me. I'm like, boy, calm down. Like, I know there's no one in your parking garage on Sunday, but are you really going to be trailing me? Like, I see him like talking into like a phone. I'm like, is this man reporting me? Like, what the hell is going on here? So, like, I'm not going to try and, like, lose him or pull anything stupid. That's just going to make, like, his weird suspicions even worse. But I go all the way home. I park in front of my house. This guy lingers in my street for, like, a solid 2 minutes until I, like, go into the house. And then, like, I watch him from my window, and then he leaves. But, like, that was real sketch. Like, what did this man think I was doing? I was checking outside my house for the rest of the day. You know, I was all worried. I'm like, cops going to be showing up at my door. This guy think I'm part of, like, the downtown empty parking garage, you know, scamming drug trade or something. But oh god, it was a long day. It was a long day with famine, tiredness. The cops were chasing after me. It was a long Sunday. But yeah, so that is the story of how I was stopped by the parking lot police. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.